CDPR dropped heaps of new information today on Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty expansion and update 2.0, which is shaping up to be an insane free update in its own right. So today we're going to cover everything about 2.0 and Phantom Liberty. Let's go! Let me know in the comments if you're jumping back into Cyberpunk 2077 with this brand new content. So at a high level, there is a ton of things that are coming for free in update 2.0. They showed this off a little bit at the Gamescom trailer and have sort of expanded on it in interviews and streams and things since then. But we'll go over everything at a bit of a high level, and some of it I did cover in a previous video, which I'll also link as well here. One of the main things that I'm personally excited for is the new radio stations and music. So there is going to be a new Dark Star radio station, which is described to be sort of moody, like dark dystopian sound, and Idris Elba has created 2 tracks for that station. There's a Growl station, which is unique tracks from the community, and Impulse, which is Idris Elba's DJ set of unreleased tracks. So that's 3 new radio stations on top of the ones that we already have, and Cyberpunk already has incredible music, so adding more stations is definitely exciting and new things to listen to. There's going to be powerful new weapons that they describe in the trailer with tons of different options, including the thermal katana. Finally, everyone is pretty pumped about that, including me. You've got a redesigned cyberware, so as you progress you'll hit like a cyberware limit, and if you install too much you'll get various debuffs. And this also coincides with changes to the armor system, as armor is now tied to your cyberware rather than your clothing, so you can finally actually just like wear whatever the hell you like and then have armor separately. Massive change on its own right. Big thing though is the redesigned skills and perks, as well as adding additional options under there, and we got a lot of information about these additional options in today's or yesterday's streams, right? The new netrunner options and the stacking of hacks and changes to like car hacking, which I'll talk about in a little bit in depth, and also the relic skill tree, which is only coming to the Phantom Liberty DLC, plus new vehicles in the update 2.0. You've also got the vehicle combat and revamped police and max tac and enemy AI, and just plenty of changes in its own right. But that vehicle combat and vehicle hacking is definitely going to add a whole new element to Cyberpunk that is definitely missing, as really in the current game you're sort of just driving from A to B, but having that as an additional like potential sort of dynamic event that can happen, I'm really excited for. But the main thing that we got a lot of information about today, and the thing that you can do right now, is the Cyberpunk build planner. So CDPR have actually put out like an official build planner with all of the new skills, and it gives you all of the descriptions about what they do and how to actually build out your build from this planner, right? And this is massive. Like, I love that they have done this because I love build planners. I use them all the time. Having an official one, especially with all the new skills that we can look at now and really understand what's changing and how it's changing, is such a massive update. If you guys would like me to do a full breakdown of the build planner and give you maybe some potential builds that I'm probably going to do with the new update as well, let me know in the comments and I can definitely do that. I'm thinking I might make a video just like completely on the build planner itself, so let me know if you're interested in that. But we'll go through the different options that they did talk about. So they gave like 3 different like various builds that they were basically just showing off to show some of these new skills and abilities. The first was the bullet time ninja that focuses on blades and leaping, so using the blade to like deflect bullets, as well as like blade specific finishes. They also showed the jailbreak ability and the relic tree, which unlocks like a super long dash with the mantis blade. So when you kill an enemy you can like do this massive long dash to another enemy. So the ninja with like the air dash and the blades and leaping focus is a very like quick get in, get out, zoom around the battlefield play style, which is very different to anything that's sort of in Cyberpunk at the moment. They also showed the hack and slash netrunner, which focuses on hacking and using the nanowire, as well as stacking hacks, which is the new thing that you can do. So there's like a quick hack queue where you can stack up to 4 hacks, allowing you to like set up combos. And they showed a couple of examples of this where they're like using these quick hacks in quick succession and like queuing them up on the enemy so they combo together. And this is going to be a ton of fun that I cannot wait to play around with. Netrunners can also now take over cars, so you can make them explode, but you can also see in the netrunner menu that you can actually take control of them. So essentially I assume that means you can just drive them remotely, which is kind of cool. So you can say position them to a certain location, maybe distract the enemies by the car moving, and then just like blow it up. The hack and slash build also seems to be very like Lucy from Edge Runner's focus, you know, because they also have the monowire and the additional damage and physical damage they're getting from that. Say if, you know, they do get attacked, then you've got the monowire sort of protection there. It does remind me a lot of that Lucy build that I did put out, and I'm definitely going to be updating that build with this sort of netrunner style, which is going to be a ton of fun. The Savage Slugger Solo was the last build they showed off, which focuses on close range melee combat. combat. The Wrecking Ball perk was the main one they showed, where you have a blunt weapon like the big hammer they have, and then you like charge at enemies and knock them down, as well as Quake, which is like a big ground pound AoE ability. And they also showed Obliterate, which like dismembers enemies with a shotgun. The Gorilla arms here have seemed just like the Mantis blades really, and I guess the Mono White 2 to have a massive upgrade in that you can now grab enemies and throw them, which just looks like a ton of fun and just shows like a different level of brutality to the combat. I think they've done a really good job of showing these different 3 builds as they're all unique in their own way. Like you've got sort of a fast like ninja blade focus with the bullet time ninja, and then you've got the hack and slash net runner that really focuses on stacking those hacks and how they can combo together, and then a sort of slow brooding, I guess like the animals, right? Like that faction, but like the savage slugger solo here as well. But obviously you're still going to have, say, some of those more typical build play styles, like say using pistols or assault rifles or what have you, and just like focusing on using actual weapons. I think what they've done here is just show off the different options that you can have that show how diverse the new skill system is, rather than just showing us, you know, that you can use weapons, which obviously you're still going to be able to. So if you're looking to make more of a traditional like soldier build or something like that, I definitely think that's still going to be there. And just having a look at the build tree as well in the build planners, it looks like there's still plenty of fun to be had in that sort of a play style as well, especially how you can now slow time in the air with their Sandever stand, like mid-air slow. Looks really cool. This was announced the other day, but I haven't covered it on the channel, so I thought I'd mention it here, is that the release dates have changed a tiny little bit. So I think this is a great thing, but we're going to get update 2.0 for free on September 21st on Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC, and it's also not coming to the previous gen consoles as well. It's only on the new gen and the PC, and the Phantom Liberty expansion will be coming on September 26th, but that is a paid expansion. So basically everything that we talked about at the start of this video in that like new update 2.0 content, you'll get for free, except the relic skill tree that's only in the expansion, plus all the new content that comes in the expansion, right? Obviously the Idris Elba stuff and the new Dogtown area and all that is new story. That's obviously in the expansion, but all these other like changes and revamps and system changes, that's just for free as part of update 2.0. The best part about this, honestly, is that it comes on September 21st, so you can return to Night City with all of these new perks and updates and everything, start a new playthrough and actually get like back into the world and learning all these new systems and changes and seeing how it's different. And then by the time September 26th rolls around a week later, you'll be ready to jump into the expansion, as the expansion happens during the main story. So I assume once you're out of Act 1, maybe a little bit into Act 2, I don't actually know specifically when that content becomes available, but once you get to that point, you'll then obviously be able to jump into the expansion. But I love that they're splitting these out a little bit, so you can have that time just in the base game, right, and seeing all these changes before then going straight into that new content. I love that they're breaking these up a little bit, because this is a substantial change to Cyberpunk 2077 in its own right. Update 2.0 changes basically everything about the game. It's going to be a very different experience than it was when the game originally came out, and I'm really excited to check it out myself. But right now, I highly recommend to jump into that build planner and make your own builds and put them in the comments below. I'd love to see what builds you're coming up with. So thank you guys for watching this video till the end. Thank you to our members for supporting the channel. My name is Norza, and I hope you have a great day.